Is overthinking a problem? Let's talk. You know, in my practice, I see a lot of people who tell me that they're overthinkers. I think that's somewhat epidemic out there with folks who overthink things. Why is overthinking a problem? Well, let's start with the fact that overthinking can cause anxiety, because it does. That's one of the common things when I talk to people who have anxiety. It's amazing how often one of the elements, not the only one, but one of the elements is, I'm an overthinker. Why do people overthink? Because in many cases, it's an attempt to avoid some sort of negative outcome. They think if they think through a thing enough that they can avoid a negative outcome from it, which, as we all know, isn't true. Negative outcomes happen no matter how much thought we put into something. Another problem with overthinking is overthinking can lead to inaction. The cursed paralysis by analysis that you may be aware of, where you spend so much time thinking you just never do anything. That's true. I guess you avoid a negative outcome of that decision. If you don't make decisions, you don't go very far in life. So you got to find a way to move forward. Overthinking can seem productive. It feels productive. It's like, I'm doing something here. I'm analyzing, I'm evaluating, I'm doing something. But are you familiar with the economic principle of diminishing returns? Like if I take 4 aspirin and feel better, I should take 6, or I should take 8. Well, what it basically means is, at some point, when you put more energy into something, the returns that you get for that energy getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So you can put in 10 more hours of thinking to get 1% more out of it. The law of diminishing returns applies to overthinking. At some point, you've evaluated something as much as you need to. As uncomfortable as it is, you got to make a decision to move on. And that's where you have to start watching yourself and seeing when you realize that as you keep overthinking and thinking and pondering and whatnot, nothing new is coming from it. And then you have to realize there's really nothing else to get out of it. You've gotten all the juice out of that squeeze, and move forward and take the risk and accept the outcome, because that's the only way to move forward. As always, I appreciate you guys taking the time. I hope you have a wonderful day.